Hello my dear students, and welcome back to Effects of Electric Current. Last time you have already learned about how the energy is transferred in an electrical circuit and what is an electrical power and how to derive an expression for electrical power as well as the unit of electrical power. Now today we are going to learn about the first effect of electric current. Do you know what it is? It is nothing but the heating effect of electric current. Now how does this heating effect of electric current is happening? Okay, so we'll see now how it is happening, why it is happening. So look at this picture first. It is a circuit. Can you see here something called as 12 volts, that is nothing but the potential difference. Then there is a fuse, then there is some symbols. You must be knowing what are these symbols. These are the symbols of nothing but resistances. Do you know why these resistances are connected in the circuit? Yes, it is to increase the heat. I have already explained to you how due to resistance heat is increased. It is because it opposes the current, and when it opposes the current, friction is created, and due to this friction heat is generated. So if we want heating effect of electric current, we have to connect in an electrical circuit the resistances. Fine. So when we connect resistances like this in a circuit, or resistors connected in electrical circuit, heat is produced in it due to the current, and so this heat which is produced due to the electrical current is also called as the heating effect of electric current. Now you can see a picture over here. Okay, so it is a type of a coil. Now it is providing resistance to the electrical circuit. Okay, now why it is made in the form of a coil? It's because to reduce the surface area as well as to increase the length of the wire in a small area. So that is why it has been coiled, and when it is coiled, the length of this wire will be very long. Fine. So to increase the resistance, it is made in the form of a coil. So there are certain metals or certain alloys which are used to increase the resistance of the circuit. So this coil is also called as a type of a solenoid coil. You are going to learn this in the further part of the chapter, what is a solenoid. Fine. Next we have to increase more surface area in a shorter space, even this coil is made still coiled. Okay, so it is also called as a coiled coil. So here the resistance is increased still more than a simple solenoid coil. Okay, so this increases the resistance in a shorter space. That is why a wire is made in the form of a coil. Okay, now which are the equipments which are working on this heating effect of electric current? They are nothing but the water boiler. You can see over here, this is a water boiler. Then also we have electric cooker. Some of you might also have these in your houses, electric cooker. So you just have to plug it, and then you have to fill. If suppose you want to prepare rice and all, you can just put the required amount of water in that, just plug in, and then the cooker will start. So this also works on the heating effect of the electric current. Then we also have, about this, that is the electric bulb. Okay, so electric bulb also works on the heating effect of electric current. So these are some of the electrical gadgets or electrical equipments which are working on heating effect of electrical. So I have mentioned to you about the wires, fine, which are increasing the resistance. Now which provides more resistance? Here is one of the example. You can see over here, this is the coil of a cooker. Okay, coil of a cooker, so which is which can be connected to the electrical circuit, and then the cooker can work. So just now which I have shown you, the cooker, this is the coil of that. Then we have another coil, that is the coil of a heater. Okay, you can see over here, this is the coil of a heater, that is water heater, what you use, or heater, plain heater. So this is the coil, how it is designed inside the heater, so that heat can be generated due to electric current. Now, which are the wires which are used here? So you can see over here, this is a type of a nichrome wire, and nichrome wire can be used in electric cooker or maybe even the electric heater. So this is electric heater in which the nichrome wire is used, whereas the tungsten wire is used in the electric bulb. Okay, so electric bulb, this tungsten has a peculiar quality or character, you can say, that it is a metal which has the highest melting point among all the metals. So its melting point is nearly around 3400 degrees Celsius. So when the current is passed to this, you can say this, inside the electric bulb there is a solenoid coil of the tungsten wire, that it is, which is also called as a filament. The filament of the bulb is made up of this tungsten wire, and once the current passes through this tungsten wire starts glowing, and because it is since it emits heat, due to this heat, what happens is we feel as if it is emitting light. It is just the hot wire which is getting heated, and because of this heat, with red colored heat which is there, we get even to see the light. Okay, so this is how an electric bulb works. So the filament of the electric bulb is made up of the tungsten wire, which has the very high melting point, around 3400 degrees Celsius is its melting point, and therefore it generates lot of heat, and due to this heat the electric bulb glows. Fine. Now, several times we hear about or read about the building catching fire due to short circuit. Okay, you might have heard about what is meant by, or what is, you might have seen also sometimes short circuit. So sometimes if we switch on the equipment in a house, the electrical fuse wire melts and the electric supply shuts down. It's because the fuse wire is very much essential to protect the electrical circuit. So what this fuse wire has, you have already learned this in standard 9 about the fuse or fuse wire. So this fuse wire is made up of metal which has a low melting point. Suppose there is the current, excess current is generated inside the wire due to certain reasons, maybe overloading or due to large amount of current flowing inside the circuit. This fuse wire melts and protects the circuit. If there is no fuse wire, then there will be short circuit taking place like this. Fine. So let us see now how is the connection inside the wire inside the electrical circuit. What types of wires are there? Different types of wire. So you can see over here the different types of wires. So there are three main different types of wires. They are called as earthing wire, live wire, and the neutral wire. You can see. Okay, so the old wire colors were, the neutral wire was black in color, live wire was red, and earthing wire was green. Nowadays a new wire color also you can see, green and yellow wire can be used for earthing wire, then brown is used as the live wire, and blue wire uses the neutral wire. So this is how the wires are colored, so that the electrician will be able to know which is the live wire, which is the neutral wire, which is the earthing wire. Now remember, dear students, that the potential difference between the live wire and the neutral wire is around 220 volts. Suppose by mistake, or suppose the earthing wire is connected to the ground, so that there is no problem when you are handling any electrical gadgets, because if there is no earthing wire, then any electrical equipment or electrical gadget, you will get shock. So that is why earthing wire is required, because this wire directly goes into the ground. So whatever excess amount of current will be flowing into the circuit, this will be going into the earthing wire. So that is why earthing wire is very important. So all these three wires are always connected in your electrical circuit. So if you can manage to open even the plug of the wire, you can even see all these types of wire. You can see how inside a plug all these wires are connected. You can see that there is an earthing wire in the middle, neutral wire is on one side and the loud wire is on the other, and there is also one more wire called as fuse wire, so as to protect the electrical circuit whenever there can be large amount of current. So how this large amount of current can be generated? It's maybe sometimes due to the fault in the equipment, or if the plastic coating on the live wire and neutral wire is going away and they come in contact accidentally. If they two, that is neutral wire and live wire, comes in contact with each other, then a large current will flow in it, producing heat. So if any inflammable material such as wood or cloth or plastic etc. is existing around that place, it can even catch fire, and then a whole building also can catch fire due to this. So that is why there is a wire called as fuse wire, so as to protect the electrical circuit. So fuse wire is used as a precautionary measure. So you have already learned this about a fuse wire in the earlier grade, that is in the 9th standard. So as soon as the high current flows in a circuit, the fuse wire melts because its melting point is less, fine, and breaks the circuit, and any mishap is avoided. So many times, particularly the summer season, huge electrical current power is used in the evenings due to home lighting, and then fans and fans, ACs, everything is running at the same time. So use of electricity in the shop also, too much they are using. So as a result, what happens is that excessive current is drawn from the transformer supplying the electricity, and if the capacity of the transformer at that time is insufficient, its fuse wire will melt and the supply gets shut down. So such events occur mostly due to the overloading, and overloading takes place mostly, especially during the summer season, because most of the electrical equipments will be on inside the house or maybe in the shops, because it is too hot or too humid climate is there. So fans or ACs will be running all the time. So to protect this, so in order to avoid these mishaps, okay, different types of fuses are used. Okay, so you might have seen some of these fuses which are in use. Okay, there are also sometimes some these you might have seen in your houses if your house is a new one, or maybe you are staying in flat and all. You might have seen these type of circuit breakers. These are also called as miniature circuit breakers or MCBs. Now why are these used? So these days miniature circuit breakers switches are used in homes. So when the current in the circuit suddenly increases, the switch opens and current stops here. So different types of MCBs are in use for entire house. However, the usual fuse wire is used. So this is how short circuit can be prevented, or overloading can be prevented due to these fuses and the miniature circuit breakers. So in the next video we are going to learn about the magnetic effect of the electric current. So till then students, bye and thank you very much.